Welcome to the Evolution Championship Series, or EVO for short. A place where casual and hardcore fighting game fans meet to find out who is the best of the best. And a few days ago, I flew to Las Vegas for the first time to see what it was all about. In this video, I'll be taking you with me so that we can share this experience together. Let's do it. So our journey starts on Thursday, August 3rd. EVO starting tomorrow, and I got a plane to catch, so early in the morning I head to the airport to get dropped off. After going through security and checking in on my flight, I was on my way to Las Vegas. It was a 4-hour flight, which isn't too bad, it just wasn't the most comfortable. Luckily I had my Nintendo Switch. Before I knew it, the flight was over, and the second I got off the plane, guess what I saw? Everywhere. Either way, when I got off the plane, I realized how hungry I was, and I was like, I need to find food, so I did.
Just got my first meal of the day.
After food, I sat around for a little bit, and a little bit more, and some more. I was waiting on my buddy One Step, who invited me to go on this trip with him, and his flight didn't come in for another 4 hours. Alright people, we're officially on the lookout for the man himself. So, he just landed. We're gonna see if we can find him. Let's do it. If you guys don't know who One Step is, he's one of my YouTube buddies. He does anything and everything fighting content, so if there's a fighting game you want to get into, I highly recommend you check out his channel. Anyway, let's get back to what you really want to see. After getting an Uber, we finally made it to the hotel.
We get to the hotel immediately, casino. Ain't that right, buddy?
Airport was a casino.
Getting settled into our hotel room was nice after a full day of traveling, but right after that, we had to head over to get our badges for the event. Luckily, from our hotel to the event is only like a 25-minute walk, so it honestly wasn't that bad. And we got there just in time before they closed the counter down for the night. But we got our badges, we got a really cool bottle too, and we called it a night.
Day one, wait, can you cover your nipples? Real quick. Alright, day one. So far, so good?
So good.
Perfect. Awesome.
So good.
Bedtime. Okay, buddy.
And so our first day at EVO began. Luckily for us, One Step's Street Fighter 6 match wasn't until like 7 p.m, so we literally had all day to explore and see what the convention had to offer. First thing you see when you walk in is the Tekken 8 display, which was my personal favorite. We're gonna get back to it in a little bit, but we didn't want to stay there too long. We wanted to check out all the other stuff, so we saw SNK, saw the Street Fighter display. I'm not gonna lie, this place was a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Next, we checked out Project L, which apparently is a League of Legends fighting game, which is pretty cool. I saw this really cool PlayStation display that I had to get on video. It was really neat. And we saw this really nice lounging area where you could kind of just chill and sit down. There was also this big open space where they had systems set up to where you could just bring your own controllers and I guess practice before your matches, which I thought was really cool. Eventually we got to the stages. I believe they had about 10 stages, one for each game, something like that. After the stages, we saw this really cool area. It was full of classic games. Fighting games, racing games, dancing games, you name it. They were all there. It was just a really cool place for everyone to hang out if they weren't ready for their fight yet. Long story short, we did a lot more walking, and it was time for us to go grab a snack. So we headed back to the hotel.
There we go. Snack bar of champions. The champion.
The champion.
Once we were done chilling in the hotel room for a little bit, we went back to the convention. When we got back, we discovered Chipotle was the sponsor of EVO this year, and they were holding a mini tournament on the side. So One Step decided to enter it. After some really crazy fights, he made it to the finals. And I'm just gonna let you see for yourself.
Wait, where's he going? Wait.
You gotta rush back. It's fighting you. I'm having a good time. Let's go! Let's go!
And with that, One Step walked away with first place in the tournament.
Took the dub. How you feeling?
I just won a small tournament.
Won the bag. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I got the bag?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's kind
sir.
of dope. Honestly, it's kind of dope.
That's sick, man. GG.
After a tournament, we had some time to kill, so we decided to walk a little bit more, check out some things we hadn't seen yet, and we decided to look at what the vendors were selling. And let me just say, they had some awesome stuff, dude. Unfortunately, most of it was pretty expensive, but still nice to look at. Also, I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but earlier that day, I met Hungrybox. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a well-known Smash YouTuber. So it's pretty cool. He let me take a picture with him. Definitely one of the biggest highlights of the day. We also saw great value Dr. Disrespect, so that was cool. The day was almost done, and the last thing we wanted to do was try out Project L. So we stood in line for a little bit and got to test out the game firsthand. And I'm gonna make a short about our experience playing it, but overall, I thought it was pretty fun. Also, we ran into one of the developers of the game in our hotel the night before, so that was pretty neat. But after a long day of walking, playing games, and just overall having fun, it was time for us to head back to the hotel and get some food.
First day thoughts?
3 and 2, man. Positive. Played Project L. Played MK1. Man, it's been awesome.
Eventually, we went and got some dinner, which was very much needed and very overpriced. Then after that, before going to bed, the boys wanted to walk the strip because we didn't know if we were going to have time to do it later, so we did. We didn't go too far, but we got to see the Hershey store, the M&M store, and I think one more store that I can't remember, but I'll be making shorts about what we saw in those stores. And once I release the shorts, they'll be in the description of this video. Finally, it was like 12 a.m. It was time to go to bed, so I played some Tears of the Kingdom to settle down and got a good night's sleep. Saturday was nice because we got to sleep in, relax, and we decided to go to the pool before heading back to EVO, and our hotel had a pretty decent pool. It was a very fancy area, so after hanging out there for about an hour, we headed back to EVO. One Step sadly didn't get to advance into the next tier of the tournament, so today was just kind of a relaxed day and do whatever we wanted. So the first thing we did was try Tekken 8, and I cannot tell you how excited I was for this game. I'm a huge Tekken fan, and I was super hyped to stand in line to try this game for the very first time. Not to mention the amazing setup that they had, so standing in line was actually just a blast watching people fighting on stage and seeing the intense battles that were going on. The wait wasn't too bad, and before I knew it, we were playing the game. After Tekken, we checked out some third-party games that were being made, and they were pretty cool. Then we went to the arcade area that was set up where you could play really cool retro games, and me and One Step ended up playing an old King of Fighters game, I believe. After we did that, we sat down and played some Street Fighter for a little bit and just kind of chilled. It was actually pretty cool because while walking around, we saw some people that were playing Super Smash Bros. Somebody was just playing Ultimate because they brought their Switch. Someone else brought their PC where they had a modded version of Brawl. Finally, after playing some more Street Fighter, we sat down to watch the finals for Dragon Ball, Street Fighter, Tekken 7, and Marvel vs. Capcom. After that, things really started heating up with the finals getting closer and closer. Crowds were gathering, and we kind of sat down to watch some of the battles going on. And let me tell you, bro, it was hype. Not too long after that, it was time for me to head to the airport and go home. Unfortunately, on my way home, there was a bit of a mix-up, and so I proceeded to spend the next 24 hours stuck in an airport. I'll go into detail what happened there in a YouTube short, but eventually I did make it home. I only brought a few things back from the event. As you can see here, there's some pretty cool pins. The one thing I did end up buying was this epic Super Smash Bros. Poster, because I saw it and I was like, bro, I have to have that. My trip to EVO was a ton of fun, and I'm so glad that I went. It was really cool meeting One Step in person, all the games we got to play, and the places we got to explore. I definitely look forward to going next year and hopefully competing. All the YouTube shorts I make about this trip going into detail of certain things that we did will be in the description down below once I post them. So I hope you enjoy those. But until next time, I'll talk to you later.